Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversations. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
Hello, hello, hello. I have a question for you. Have you ever felt completely lost? You know, seeking purposeful direction that could and should propel your mission within your divine journey to that next level, but still it hasn't happened. Well, my name is Lauren Michaels Harris, and I'm the founder of P3, the Journey Series. People come to me because they're wounded. Many are scared, and even there are those who are bruised simply because they feel that they are increasingly, for whatever reason, losing their ability to dream. Now, this P3 program is not for a person who's just looking to start a business, no, but rather for those of you out there who have been on your journey and you've been navigating within your divine purpose, but you still desire to elevate to that level that you have not reached yet. If this is appealing, if this describes you, then I want to have a chat with you. I want to hear your story. So use the link below to get registered for your free seat at P3, the Journey Series. And let's get started, one story at a time. I'll see you inside. Click the link.
I've got rhythm, or getting there. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning. Hey, T to the G to the I to the F. It's Friday, so welcome to today's Friday edition of Bathrobe Moments. I'm your host, Dr. Lauren. So happy to be here with you today. Wow, whew, what a week, at least for us here in the Chicagoland area. Frigid temperatures all week long. Warming up a bit today. I think it's 6 degrees out right now. So a heat wave, a veritable heat wave. We're here together. And why is that so very important? Well, for me, number one on the list is that we are inside of the guarantee that where two or more of us comes together, you guessed it, something wonderful. Spiritual magic, I refer to it as. It happens right up in here. And that bell right there helps it along its way. That's not just a gimmick. It's not just a prop. It is an opportunity. I refer to it as it's the bell of purpose. It's a real thing. And I ring it throughout the broadcast to remind us all that bell, just like the truth, well, they both have a ring to them. So tune your everything that serves you due north. That's why I wear this. Okay, that's why I have this compass, things around me to remind me the importance of keeping it on the straight and narrow, right? Okay, so listen, a couple of business things real quick. Update, still at 26 pounds. And that, oh, wait a minute. I need to do this real quick. I always forget about you folks over on Instagram. There we go. Hey, thanks. Welcome. Good to see you guys. Almost didn't open the door for you. So January 4th, 2 days before I came back from hiatus, I started the Cleansed for this program, the Metabolic Balance program. This is the cookbook by New York Times bestselling author Jane Durst-Polkes. She's my coach now. Asked me if I'd be willing to drop my weight in front of the world. And so far, we're at 26.4 pounds. Doing great. Back in the health club in the gym now. Couldn't do it for 6 of those weeks. Just got back this week. So Jane will be back in May. Not May. Lord Jesus. That was a senior moment. A real one. March. Mid-March for the big reveal. You've seen the before pictures, and I'm going to just tell you, small children, if you're driving, weak stomach, in mid-chew. If any of those things are in the middle of your world right now, you might want to look away. So here I was the day we started the that's 198 pounds. So I'm 26 less than that right now. So we're going to see, trying to get back to this. This was 10 years ago at age 52. Same weight. I went down from 198 to what you saw on the screen. So we're going to see how my metabolism has changed in 10 years. And last announcement, almost last announcement, before we get our guest in here today, Endre with an E, Endre Hoffmann, 2 F's and 2 N's, is in the house, and he is the doctor of self-worth. So the doctor is in. Okay, we're going to do some checkups today. All right, but first, if you are in or around my old stomping ground, because I used to live there in Jamaica Plain, back when I was an event planner, worked at an event planning firm in downtown Boston called Changing Taste. But I will be there at the PitCon Conference and Exposition Center on the 2nd, keynoting for over 7,000 have registered now. 7,000 chemists from all over the world will be there. And if you're in the area and you want to catch a cup of coffee or just say hello, holler at your boy. I'd be happy to try to connect. So there you go. I love Boston. I'll be hanging out with Sanjeev Chopra. Yes, Deepak's brother, because we're in rehearsal. So we're going to take some photos for our tour that's coming up this spring. So I'll hang out a day or so with him. Then I'll head back to warm and sunny Chicago. And part of that statement was a big-ass lie. Let you figure it out. Last thing, popping up on your screen right now. See that little green dot that just came up? Listen, I know you're going, oh, my goodness, Dr. Lauren, what happened? Your skin looks so dry. So everything, not you. Well, that's because I haven't put my magic potion on. It's this. I'm putting on right now. It's the coconut flavor. Watch this. Boom. In less than a nanosecond, it looks like I've been to some South American country and had some work done. Okay, it might not have been that drastic, but at least right now, my skin is going delicious, right? From Sahara Desert to whatever this is, Genonia Renee, a mother-daughter team I found and met in New York City last summer when I was there speaking, and they dropped some samples in my little goodie bag, and you see what that led to. I use all their products. Click the link, or not the link. What is that? A QR code, a flow code. Take your handheld device, snapshot it, and head over and look at all the wonderful things available. You might just find something you need. So, speaking of something you need, self-worth. Oh, what a struggle. I have been in some I used to hear that word, that term, and I hear the music from the Beat It video kick in the background. Don, 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 because we were facing off. Self-worth and I did not get along, couldn't stand each other for decades. Now we're bedfellows. Yes, we are. And today's guest, Endre Hoffmann, he is a self-empowerment specialist. Refers to himself as the doctor of self-worth. And he takes people from being trapped by self-doubt to a brand new life of potential and freedom. And he shows them how to release their own individual genius. And guess what? In 99 days. So he's changing minds and changing lives. Now, I can tell you a lot more. He's got a litany of accomplishments, but I'm lazy. So I'd rather he tell you than me try to, so I can get to eating this scrumptious. I'm so glad I don't eat pancakes, bacon, and eggs anymore. And Jesus, forgive me for that big ass lie I just told, but I'm trying. Just wait till you get to 62. You'll see. Here he comes. Get your self-worth checked up today with the Dr. Endre Hoffmann. And that's Endre with an E. Hold on 1 second. Let me get a bite of this sausage.
Dr. Lauren, the doctor of self-worth is in the house, and I've got some funny background.
That's because of that. I saw it downstairs, but I think it's kind of cool. It's like, ooh, Doctor Who's in the house. That's your digital screen back there. You know, there's a thing you can use. If you hit your, what is it, y'all? Is it the settings? I think hit your settings down there. We're doing this in real time. It's live TV, y'all. Hit your settings down there, and then let me see on mine.
Green screen.
Green screen or what? Virtual background. Click that, and then use that little. Isn't there a little lever or something? You might have to go out and do it. I see it. Do you see it?
I might just turn it off.
Oh, yeah. Just turn it off. Turn it off. How you doing, Doc?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm so happy. I've got another doctor in the house who is mastering his health and nutrition.
I'm trying. Where you sound like you're from either the South or New York City. I can tell an accent a mile away. I know it's one of those two. You're from Tennessee or New York City, aren't you?
Well, not really. I'm from Central Europe.
Oh, I was
and
close.
I have lived in New Zealand and Australia, so I do believe I have a pretty mixed accent. And I was watching American movies.
So I was kidding. I know you're not from those places. So where are you in Europe?
I'm at the Austrian-Hungarian border now. We moved here last year, coming from 12 years of an Australian adventure.
Okay, so where were you born and raised, Endre?
I was born in Budapest, and I've lived I think 27 years when I just wanted to find answers and answers about self-worth, exactly that you have been struggling with. And it took me to travel 70 plus countries, trying to find those answers because I was looking for externally.
Wow.
And I moved 3 or 4 countries.
Wow. Amazing. I want to, do you eat pancakes over there where you're at?
Oh, we do. And we make our own ones. Absolutely.
I made mine today too. Hold on while I take a bite of one. Best pancake. I'm psyching myself out.
Love it.
It's really a rye cracker with goat milk cheese on it. But
it was suspicious to me, yeah.
Endre, what time is it over there right now?
It's exactly 3:15 p.m. Usually we are 6 hours behind New York.
Okay, so it's still Friday.
It is.
Okay.
I'm talking from the future.
All right. Yes, you are. So let's get started. Hey, you guys out there, Sherry McQueen, good morning. Robert Brooker, good morning to you. Mike Casanova, he says, good morning, everybody. I can't get to all of you, but Lori Whitney, birthday week girl. How are you? Well, it looks like that's everybody I have time to acknowledge. Oh, hi, Charles. I'm kidding. That's my buddy. Hi, Charles. Good morning to you. And everyone else, I don't have time to say hello to everybody, but I'll get back to it. And I'll get back to you. But right now, let's get to you. Andre, I do a thing where I'm going to leave for about 60 seconds. Okay. And I want you to just kick the show off by speaking to, we're going to get into all you do with self-worth. But when you woke up this morning, what was on your heart? What were you looking forward to? What did you say? I'm going to do this today and ease some suffering somewhere in the world. I want you to just start us off by what is important on your spirit today. What do you want to tell us to get us down the road on our way today? So I'm going to leave. It's all you for up to a minute. Take it away. Take it away.
I was wondering how I'm going to change some lives because my slogan and my pretty much what I live for is changing minds, changing lives. And you might not see my background, but that's all I do every day through conversations and at times through interviews or working with groups around the planet. And I'm available online. I call myself a non-local and a local at the same time. And I paid the price. I paid 34 years to figure myself out and figure my ways out of lack of self-worth, out of no confidence, out of feeling unworthy. And now every day is just a dream for me. I love spending time with my kids. We're homeschooling. Have I done my 1 minute yet?
Keep going. You got more?
So,
if
yes,
you want to stop, you can stop. It's up to you.
Yeah, we wanted to reset our lives living in Australia after the pandemic. And I thought what it would be like to live on an organic farm. And for nutritional reasons, we started this organic farm and we have an exciting year this year. But last year we traveled around Europe. We wanted to pick the right place for ourselves. And we spent 7 months or 8 months traveling around, my 2 kids and my wife, in a caravan, visiting the most beautiful places and doing the research, because I don't believe in internet research when it comes to making life decisions. I rather have faces and true people and communities to be visited first. So yes, I'm really excited to be on this show because we did connect well with Dr. Lauren, and I hope I can promote you. And by the way, we're live on my channels as well, Facebook and YouTube. I was able to
I see that.
Hey. On.
So we're locked and loaded. We're locked and loaded. And Andre, you're right. You're very excited about this. You're very passionate about the work. And so it was a no-brainer for me about deciding about bringing you in. And you don't find a lot of people who lead and carry this as their main thing, self-worth. And a lot of people, oh man, remember, there's so many things. Is the glass half full or half empty? There's so many little axioms, idioms that point to the struggle. So when was it? Let's start with your origin story. You guys don't forget to click the little QR code up there in the corner and get over and check out the Genovia Ray team, okay? Because I want to take that down because I don't want it to be distracting. I'll pop it back up later in the show, but for now I'm going to take that out so we can focus. So Andre, when was it that having or dealing or struggling with your self-worth became apparent? And what did it look like? What did it feel like? And how did you change what was standing right in front of you?
And I had no idea for a long time, but somewhere along my childhood, probably age 12, 13, I could not exactly put it into words, but I said, there is a problem here. I feel insecure. I feel that I'm not good enough. And I became a high achiever because I was disconnected from my dad. He was working all the time, pretty angry, arrogant, sometimes drinking. and I could not be the son that he wanted, but he wasn't clear about it either. So I had become a type A personality. I took on some of his patterns. I wanted to be right. I couldn't speak in front of people. These lack of confidence, low self-worth was running my life. And I have got the good grades in school. I became a national champion with the team at age 13 in Hungary. This is basketball. And I have
Wow.
been climbing ice. Like I did crazy things. Like I ran 3 marathons, but the congratulation or the laugh from that never came. And and at one point, 10, 15 years later, I realized I was doing all of these things to validate myself by my father.
We're so on point. I just look at the word I just wrote down. Validation. Validate. We're so on point. That's exactly what I want. I write down the bridge to what I want to talk about next, and you are right there on it. So let's go there. Validation. Oh, you know, if okay, let's try this. I love images. Okay, I love imagery because imagination, the biggest screen in the universe. When you imagine validation, what do you see? Here, because some people see the pat on the back, attaboy. I personally always feel it. It feels to me when someone is validating me, or I have been validated in the way that works for me, because there are all shades. There's different shades of validation. They're not all healthy. You know, look at the kind of validation, let's say, a narcissist uses. It's not real. He or she uses a validation, which is a grooming technique, to make someone think this is what love is. So for me, when I feel and I know I am literally validated, it feels like someone walked up behind me in the chair and I didn't know they were there, and all of a sudden they started doing my shoulders. You know how good that is? And you're like, oh, you stop whatever you're doing. And you're like, oh, I don't, no, I don't, oh, I don't got time for you. Okay. You know, right. It's that. It stops me in my tracks. And it just makes me feel all good and warm all through my spirit. So what does it look like when you're validated, when you're in the process of being validated? What's that experience like for you, Doc?
I wanted to have words of affirmation or appreciation at least, or acknowledgement of the things that I have achieved from my dad in the first place, but also probably from others. And I want quality time and touch, the one that you mentioned, to have massage, or when it comes to romantic relationships, then touch is was have always been important for me. Uh, of course, and later on, I was chasing to have that external validation. But of course, I have got it or I haven't. It was a source of suffering for the next 34 years in my life.
Wow.
So I did basically tried to use every personal development under the sun to break out of my old self, these old limitations that I'm not good enough, or I'm worthy, or I don't deserve better. I have these beliefs, maybe from my dad, from my family. I have to work hard for money. Money is hard. And things like there is not enough. And yes, there has been 2 world wars in Europe. So yeah, my family has been through plenty of struggles.
Yeah.
Yet living in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, it was not that bad. Yet I experienced a lot of that because I had these. I might have my demonstration glass here. If I have these beliefs, then I literally change what I experience. And I did experience everything in this yellowish color, which was telling me I'm not good enough. There is not enough for me. And that was like it went into not enough time, not enough money, not enough of anything. And I was not feeling enough either.
So, Endre, did Do you think it would have, and this is speculative, of course, do you feel if your dad had been more supportive, more validating, that it would have changed everything? Or could there have been other reasons that the self-worth was such a struggle?
Certainly, it would have been a whole different life. I believe that for first 10, 12 years of each people's lives is defined for the rest of their lives, usually. I mean, the latest research says 75% of the personality is built by the age of 10. So most people just recreate that first 10 years. And obviously, if they haven't had some major breakdowns or changes that they had to change themselves, or there was someone like myself, a mindset specialist, or someone who could do something about self-image or beliefs, could change the course of their lives and maybe you know, raise them into a new dimension of possibilities, of opportunities. Because I believe results and our experiences in life and business and every area of life are to do with what we believe about ourselves,
Yeah.
what we believe about the world, and where this identity self-worth space has been set up. Unfortunately, most people don't realize this until their last few days on this earth.
That's sad.
It
That,
is.
and I know it's true what you just said. I know it's true. I know it's true. You're absolutely right, because some of you who work with me or know me close, uh, you've heard me say this before. A lot of people, what Andre is describing, I think, is what you hear me say. I think we're saying the same thing when I say you don't want to be one of those people that ends up at the end of your journey in the 11th hour, and you're sitting there or you're laying there and you're looking around and they've put all the photos and you looked at all the little books and stuff. They've read stories, you've written your obituary and it's this long and it says all of your accomplishments, and everything points to things you can touch. You know, my awards, my degrees. Oh, look at my children. Look at my beautiful house. All these things, but nothing, your self-worth, if it isn't right, you don't have anything that makes you feel a certain way. And that must be a horrible, horrible existence when it's near the end of your literal existence. Because I think if you don't feel anything when it's time to go, you most likely haven't left anything for other people to feel when they arrive to where you leave your work. So what it was, I know it stood out to you guys out there too, at least it should have. It did to me when you said you were in the heat, you were in the eye of the storm, dealing with low self-esteem, no self-worth, and you became a high achiever. Some people would think, well, how the hell do you do that? Don't you have to love yourself to be a high achiever? Obviously, or at least in your situation, you're saying, no, I can have low self-worth, low self-esteem, and still be a high achiever in the eyes of the world. Talk about that, if you would, Andre.
Yeah, from the outside, my life was inspirational, winning championships and trophies. I went long distance swimming, but it was all about proving myself to others and proving myself that I'm good enough to myself. Because I was wrong footed from the first step. So I had this inherent belief that I'm not good enough. So I set out to travel around the world, probably to prove myself I can do it. I had some issues again in my childhood where, my parents didn't pay for a trip to, I think it was France and Italy at the time. No, France and London. That was this bus trip. And I got traumatized, I have to say, because my parents didn't pay for it. And the other kids, my best friends, they all went. So guess what happened in school for the next 6 months? They've been talking about these experiences abroad for the next months, and I felt so left out. So I made that decision. I remember that. I said, okay, I will not ask for permission. I will never have to ask for money. to travel around wherever I want to, whenever I want to. So I became this rebel. So this is how I probably did travel to 70 plus countries. But that's one thing. The other was this burning question is how could I feel good about myself? How could I be happy? And I was, seeking out spiritual gurus in India and South America on 5 continents to tell me what's wrong with me. Why am I this person who never feels I'm on the right track or my life makes any sense? Why I'm here and what shall I do with my life? Am I worthy of anything?
And what did these gurus say, Andre? What'd they tell you?
They couldn't tell me much, to be honest. I spent time in ashrams. I did spend time with Buddhist monks. And I have to say, they have not been. Obviously, they usually had some ways of meditation.
Yeah.
It didn't work for me. My head was full of crap, like full head trash, 24/7. I couldn't stop my mind. So that approach at that time has not worked for me. And this is what I'm saying, even these days, that I believe if you can imagine personal development as it sort of as you evolve, and I think until you have a mind that has a 30% of self-empowerment capacity, like imagine going up to 30, 40%, or at least to 50%, until that point, personal development tools, and we're talking about seminars, books, like I've been to Anthony Robbins seminars. I'm not saying it's not working. It has not worked for me.
Right.
And John DeMartini's Breakthrough Experience and T. Harv Ekers, they didn't work for me because I have, attended on these events with my filters on. So obviously I have picked out things that were comfortable from the books, or I have taken on tiny fixes and changes from seminars and from big 3-day events that cost me thousands and thousands of dollars. And I paid over $100,000 for these programs to transform myself. One, I believe I was not in the right headspace to make use of these programs or get the results that I wanted. I wasn't even clear about the outcomes. And unfortunately, they didn't work for me. And I think that 30%, 40% is necessary before you make progress. And I think I help people to make that jump. Go ahead.
No, I'm so this is the first time I've heard somebody say it like this, honestly. And I've interviewed a crap load of people over the years, and been on both sides, on those stages with people in the audience that fall into the category you just described. A lot of them I refer to as event groupies. I've coached people that have come to me. And you know who you are if you're watching today. I say, do you realize you're addicted to events? You're an event groupie. You're just really going, take me to your leader. Or a lot of us think this. That's why I keep this on this desk. That there's a magic wand in those places. A lot of people go to Thailand or go to Peru or go to all these different places. Ayahuasca's now, that's another big thing now. A lot of people going into the plant medicine journeys and this and the other, hoping for a whitewash, a magic rinse of some sort. And that steals the experience of evolving and learning why. Bringing in and pulling out and bringing in, laying down and lifting up, dying to and rising from. That is why we have the juxtaposition, the duality, is to learn, to grow, and to understand. You see, because I really believe when the light comes on, I should, or we start seeking. When it's time to know something, it's because it's time to grow into something or out of something. So let's go to the point where people say, you know what, I'm going to call Andre. He's the doctor of self-worth. I don't have a clue on where to begin. Let's pretend it's me. And okay, I'll set up a Zoom. I'll get on your calendar, and here we are. So I say to you, Endre Hoffmann, I don't know what to do. Well, let's say, what would your first question be to me as I come to you for help? How does that work? Walk us through it. Use me as a guinea pig.
I would have quite a few questions because I have a method that I keep using to, one, find the root of your challenge, the root of your problem. And I'll get to those in a moment. Obviously, I need to know you a bit, but then working out what do you want instead. And unfortunately, when it came to personal development tools, I didn't have that clarity. So I decided to be a pioneer in the personal development sphere or sector, to be eliminating those issues where you pay a lot of money to someone. I do have these free conversations for a good 1 hour because I want to know if I can help. Like, I don't want to waste,
Right.
I don't want to waste your time and money. It's not fair. And I think
Right.
it's stealing
It is.
resources from you that you could use for something that works.
Thank you.
That's what I believe in.
I do too. I do too. And that's why I try we're so similar.
And I believe that I must guarantee results. I must be accountable and responsible for, if I sign you up as a client, because that means you either get your money back or you get the results that we have agreed and you came up with. And these sessions are pretty much about, yes, okay, what's the problem? What is the root of the problem? How long you had this? What were those first events? What are the negative emotions attached to this?
Real quick,
the script?
I'm sorry, but real quick, I hear that it's like mice in my attic. So you tell me we need to get to the root, but I'm sitting here going, oh Lord, now he's asked me to do something. I can't. I'm not that smart. I don't know how to face. I don't know where to even begin. I'm back to square one. I'm hearing these voices while your mouth is moving, telling me how good it's going to be. What about, how do you override, or how would what do you show me? So, or help, how do you help me override and put those voices that are working against me on mute?
I don't want to do that. I want to know all of those voices, because that's the source of your problem. You have a naysayers in your head, and that usually plays out in your life. Whatever they say, I'm not lucky, you are not worthy, whatever those voices are telling you, maybe it's dad or mom's voice or some authority from your childhood. Like, we need to know if that is controlling your life and results. And then at least I diagnosed the problem. And usually with those voices, there are certain emotions and feelings. It's okay if you can't put a name on those emotions. I will be able to read it as, from your face.
That's another powerful piece, naming it. Because when you name something, it now ceases to have a butterfly flight pattern. Butterfly flight pattern, you try to catch a butterfly without a net, because it doesn't go from limb to limb. It goes wherever the hell it wants to. And so I always look at things that don't serve me as nameless. That's why I can't do anything about them. I can't find them. I can't call it forth. I can't speak anything into existence to catch it with or eradicate it with, because I don't know I can't see something I don't have a name for. It, them, whatever, everything, people. That's not going to give me what I need to see what I need so that I can do what I need to do. So keep going. I'm loving the way this is going. Keep going.
So the next thing, and this is probably the biggest breakthrough on these free sessions, because see my minimum to achieve, and all of these sessions, I don't know if I see that person ever again or not, but the least I want is to have you a massive awareness breakthrough, and I will help you find out how those naysayers, the negative voices, or the feeling of not good enough, or feeling of self-doubt or procrastination, actually serves you. What is your mind's good intention to put this so-called strategy in place that you're not making decisions, or you putting things off, or how you are sort of following the rules and not show your true power and potential and authenticity, how that serves you to be, let's say, fearful of standing out. Because then you will understand at that point that, wow, my mind was doing its best according to the programming from the past. It is trying to save me, it's trying to protect me. It's about usually safety, security, love and connection, or feeling acknowledged. So there is actually nothing wrong with it. But unfortunately, for most people, their mind, especially we're talking about subconscious, is not about thriving and happiness. The agenda of this mind is about survival. And that's what you will get. You will get by. You will survive. And I believe you deserve, what inspires you. You deserve happiness, joy, fun, contribution, and playing life. But that's not how we are equipped, in this life.
Here's a situational example, if you will. Which comes first, Andre, the chicken or the egg? And what I mean is, somebody walks in the door to work with you, but they can't get to the self part, because to get to self-destruction, self-sabotage, self-worth, self-esteem, self-love, all the other things, self, you got to take accountability. But a lot of people will walk in the door playing the blame game, also known as discounting. Well, the only reason I get mad and punch holes in the wall is because she doesn't know how to shut her yapper up. I come in and when is it gotta start? Now the next thing you know, she made me punch the wall. She didn't make you do shit. You chose it. So how do you get people to take accountability? Or because that seems in what I run into a lot of the times. When I know a person is not willing to see their hand in something, I cut it off. You might need a therapist, not a coach. You might need a psychiatrist and not a therapist, because I know the layers, because I'm married to a therapist. Thank the Lord. I'm not kidding. I used to pray for it. Lord, please send me either a plastic surgeon or a therapist, because I'm probably going to need both. And I got the therapist. So y'all stuck with this. So anyway, where would you rank the inability to take accountability on the list of no-nos? Is it up in the top 3? I kind of think it is.
It is. I mean, I cannot help anyone who is not taking responsibility for their results. It's as simple as that. And this is why I want to give them that 1 hour, because maybe their biggest breakthrough is actually not to work with me, but put them back on track to create their life. And
they already have it, right? They may already have it.
Absolutely. Then maybe that first step is really looking at the word from, how did I cause this? How did I bring this problem to myself? How did I attract it, even if it was not intentional? Because, if we can plant that seed, obviously, if there is corporation, or if she's working with me, I'll be able to find its root back to how that result, pain, trauma, issue was created. How did he or she created it? And I think that one I call awareness, or at least working out how problems are created. I think it's the biggest one single step to change.
I agree.
Change.
I agree. Self-awareness, which is honesty. If you don't like the word accountability with yourself, I always refer to it as I know that I must be as honest with myself as possible. So let me just explain what I mean by that, Andre, and you guys out there, is, people come down to the studio all the time and they look around. What you guys see, behind all the toys and things are just a fragment. just a little bit of what is really all around. One day I'll have to show you guys everything down here. But everything down here is perfectly placed. It is specific. It's specific to my needs to remind me of what I used to blame. Like I have the toys and stuff because I used to blame everything around in my world for taking my childhood away, just like that. And it stopped me from getting beyond it. It stopped me from looking for my blessing within it. And that means I was creating my own curse, and I was willing to live within it. So, and then when I start finding the antidotes to the poisons, I realized, because of being honest with myself, well, I don't want to put this in a cabinet somewhere. I need something to remind me. Lauren, don't forget to listen for the truth. Follow your instincts. Trust your gut. If you hear that bell, it means that it has a ring of truth. So I have helped solidify that, grout that down, if you will, Andre, in my world. So I don't stray or let someone talk over it or something gets laying on top of it. You see, it's right there. It's not in a junk drawer. It's right there because it matters. So let's go there. How do you help people identify those pieces that they need to keep right in front of them? It's like you lose weight, which I'm doing on a thing, but I still have the maintenance phase. You know, I can hit that goal and then I go back to the pancake house the next day and start eating my way back. Or I can little by little test the waters, be honest with myself and say, okay, I ate that pancake, but now I know I need to do this so it doesn't show back up in a negative way in the world I have created for myself. So let's talk about that. How do you help people create the world that they desire and maintain it? Because maintaining it is so important. There's nothing worse than having and losing.
Yes,
right?
I believe lasting change that matters only, and this is how I measure my work. Nothing else is really important for me other than my clients' results in their life, not whatever happens when we talk to each other on those sessions. But usually I see people every 2 weeks, either in groups or one-on-one. And I want them to go out into the world when we shifted one to belief. We shifted a negative emotion into self-empowerment. I will literally not get to see the same person ever again, because I believe these tiny or bigger breakthroughs around, what if I was good enough? But maybe my grandma had this idea and she planted the seed. She cast a spell on me, because that's what we usually tend to find, that someone in the past have hypnotized you out of who you are, your true self. And the self-worth work is really about putting, the maximum volume on that true voice, which has been sort of under those layers of doubt, of those, I can't trust myself, can't make decisions, what to do. So what happens is you take literal steps toward the new version of you. I believe that's your true self, your authentic self, where things start to flow, hunches start to happen, coincidences, God starts to communicate to you in different ways. Accidents tends to happen just perfectly to then have things aligned to what you want. And I think the true alignment is the inner alignment of these two parts of the mind, I have to say. The subconscious agenda, which is usually self-sabotage, that's the phase one for most people who are dealing with life is a struggle, it's hard, I'm unlucky, things don't work out, I hate this job, why I have to do this again all day. That's unconscious. The next stage, I believe, that I help people to is I call emotional freedom. Emotional freedom is when you are more optimistic, you launch your own project, you get more unclear about what you love to do, you really show up, you don't take it personally if things don't work out exactly, you understand that there is no failure, only feedback. And then automatically the third stage, which not many people get to on this planet, is I call mission. I call your purpose in life, which could be the playground where you become the authority, like you, Dr. Lauren. You built an audience, people are listening to you. You created a literal playground. I can see it behind you. You have your bathrobe moments. You built a dimension, a beautiful word like Disney word.
Mm-hmm.
And people know what to expect, and this playground is yours. You designed it, and
Yeah.
hopefully, like I know you did, you worked out the journey from self-empowerment to the results that people want. And we all do that in similar ways. And this is why I love your work, and I love how you show up and you created this wonderful brand.
Thank you. When you know what, and you did, you hit it right. It's like you know me through and through, and I received that. I'm grateful for that. It's there. I'm getting the massage right now. Your words are behind my chair, working on my shoulders, my spirit shoulders right now, and I'll tell you why. Because I believe that in order for there to be true, organic, and lasting experience, it must take place within a place. The clue is right. If you want it to take place, you need a place. It won't take place in a thing. That's because you can only touch a thing, but you can feel when you're within a place. Ooh, I like it here. I like the way this feels. If you apply that to a thing, ooh, ooh, I like the way this feels. Okay, that's great for a velvet rug or a velour robe or something. I love the way this feels, but that isn't what satisfies your soul. It's the other form of feeling. Now, I remember when we first came in, you'd said something about emotions. Didn't the word emotional come out of your mouth?
Oh, yeah, it did. I think
Okay.
that's you.
So let's talk about that for a second, if we could, Andre. Man, I can't believe we're almost out of time. It felt like we just got started. Oh
Absolutely. Yeah.
man, we're gonna have to bring you back. Let's use this to get out of here today. Send people on their way. Talk about it. Do you believe there's a difference between feelings and emotions, or are they the same thing?
Oh, what an interesting question. I never thought of it like that.
Oh.
I believe that emotion is energy in motion. I think I've heard this from maybe from Tony Robbins. So all it is, it's energy. And remember, if you are energy, like I believe we are, soul,
I do too.
then whatever you're hanging on to as far as emotions is the fuel to take you to exactly what you're attracting now. So you could hang on to hatred, you could hang on to anger. Now you'll be this massive magnet to the experiences that you are going to create. And maybe you don't even know. Like I remember I met someone probably 5 or 6 years ago, and she didn't realize her business was not growing because she was judgmental. She was calling out people as silly or stupid. Now it has completely put a stop on her business because she could not, from that place, she could not connect to her clients. She could not create rapport so she could sell her services and products. And when we were able to just do this tiny adjustment to let go of mom's, mom's judgmental behavior that she took on when she was small, when she was young, she was able to, quadruple her income.
Wow. All because of a little shift in the mindset.
And obviously, there was some frustration and anger attached to it, the fuel. So she had the belief that, people are silly or stupid. Like she has literally put on, everyone is silly or stupid. I'm so much better than anyone else. So she's been using these screens, and everywhere the experiences were proving her beliefs.
Mm.
And if you're listening to us carefully, then what your beliefs playing out front of your eyes every day, maybe every hour of every day.
So the lenses we choose to see through determine everything beyond those lenses.
I would say perfectly chosen, yes.
Because think about it,
No,
that was a great one with her with the bicycle thing. Every place she looked converted to the color of her lenses.
yes, except for one thing I would want to just point out. She did not consciously chose that belief. She was brought up in an environment that has installed that belief that people are stupid or they are just clueless or they are useless.
They're whatever's not working, right?
Because to connect to mom, or let's say gains mom love, the need for love, appreciation, and connection at an early age, which when we have no actual consciousness and no proper filters, was saying, oh, I need to be like mom, so mom will love me. That's the best way to build rapport and connection. So she did that. And but then obviously at age 12, she started to take on life with those, well, I could put on multiple glasses now, each of these, and many. We probably have hundreds of these filters running, and we're wondering why our life is not working, why we're not getting the results that we want. Well, my question is then, what if we could have you believe what you want, or have this inner alignment, and we would disconnect these conflicting things in your head? Because it's almost like you're pushing the accelerator, but you have two handbrakes on, and you're wondering why you're smoking
at the
the
same
tire.
time, right? And all that smoke from the tires just going, and you smell something burning. Y'all better check on that. And it's your foot doing it.
Absolutely.
Okay, I know what we need to do. Hang out backstage, if you would, for just a minute. I want
Sure.
to talk to you about something. I think what I really would love to do is to get you to come in for 2 weeks. I like to bring a co-presenter into my webinar series. So I work with, everybody, because that's where everybody comes that's really ready to do the work. And so, and this is so good. What you're bringing, I love the thing with the glasses, because everything is driven on imagery in my world. Excuse me. And that's really important. I love the way you do it. It's on point. It's spot on. Same thing. But that's what I think I'd like to do with you, is bring you in, because this is golden. And I know the people that come to these webinars every Wednesday, they're going to do something with this. Let's sit backstage. Let's get to this. You guys, I have taken the liberty. Yes, I have taken the liberty of dropping.
Let's change some minds, change some lives.
Absolutely. We're going to do that. We got to go. But you guys, all of the links to Endre are already in your comment section. So after the stream is ended, go in there and click on and head over and check out all things Endre. I'll let you know. Keep your eye on my social media. I'm going to let you know when he's going to be coming inside the Mindset Revolution community. Play a bigger game. Shift your results rapidly. Doctor of Self-Worth. There you go. And we're going to put that, all of that's already in the comments. Go in and find him. Endre Hoffmann, the Doctor of Self-Worth. Thank you. And thank you again. Good stuff, man. Really great stuff. Love the way you do it. So we're going to get him back. Don't you worry about that. Now get out of here. Have the best weekend ever, you guys. Enjoy your family. Enjoy yourself. Just enjoy. enjoy, and enjoy some more. I'm Dr. Lauren. I promise, God willing, to Monday morning meet you over on the front porch where we'll have another illuminated conversation. Big lineup next week. Couple celebrities, some healing going on, some of everything. So I hope to see you there. In the meantime, go grab an E and an R and take everything from great to greater, bright to brighter, smart to smarter, and my personal favorite, kind to kinder. Now, don't you dare let my screen door slam on the way out. And remember this, Dr. Lauren absolutely loves you. You guessed it. There's not a damn thing you can do about it. Get out of here. Have a good one. Andre, thank you so much. Hang out backstage. Let's put something else together. Absolutely. Bye, you guys. See you soon. Bye.
See you soon.
Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you mine. I'll show you mine. Oh, I'm standing right here holding up a sign, shamelessly displaying my state of mind.